foundation. It's fairly new actually, it's quite new. I'm not sure how long, but I've picked mine up now after not even finishing the tester because I loved it that much. I had the tester in front of me, and you do, before you actually purchase this product, I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, and you do get I don't know how many ounces, 30 mils, so 1 fluid ounce, and it's 30 mils, 24 months you're allowed to use it for. And honestly guys, I'm so glad it has that amount of time you can use it for, because I got the tester first before I actually purchased it, because I wanted to test it out on my skin and see if it worked. I was kind of getting fed up of using foundations on my skin where I get breakouts. I have very sensitive skin, so I wanted to test it out before, and they that's another great thing about Clinique, is they allow you to test it out. I think it's a 7-day tester, but honestly it's lasted me so long. That's how much is still left in the actual pot. I actually cannot believe, like, it's a very heavy foundation but feels very light on the skin. For every day you can use a tiny amount. For if you want fuller coverage, you can use a full amount, a full face, and it still will not look cakey at all. I'm really impressed with this formula, with the actual, just how it blends so well and leaves a lovely matte texture on my skin and doesn't dry out my skin. It has so many benefits that I really want to kind of talk about. I just don't know where to start. Honestly, I'm really would give this a high review, like 10 out of 10, because it's also a concealer, and I really was adamant to try it because I thought, how can it work as a concealer as well as a foundation? I thought it was going to be too cakey and too heavy. When I did put it on, I was like, oh my god, this is so heavy. It's gonna cake up. I was trying to put on the powder to set it, but I tried to set it with the powder. It's not runny at all. It doesn't run at all. It just doesn't move at all. It just goes, and it blends so well. I thought it was going to be a runny formula, but it's not, and it's a lovely matte texture. I use a beauty blender to blend it out, and once I have, it blends right into my skin. And honestly, it's just, I have mine, I will show you guys, but it just leaves a glow, and once you've got the powder on, it just dries completely matte. But if you don't want that matte finish, then I would consider not using a powder to set it, and then you can still have that kind of glowy effect on your skin. It's the foundation I'm wearing at the moment. Basically I haven't used it all over because I didn't want to wear heavy foundation all over my skin today. I just used it under my eyes and kind of on the areas where I needed it. Yeah, I haven't gone all over today, but it's such a great foundation. They skin matched me as well, which is a great thing, and I got the perfect match. I think they had the perfect colour for me. I was just so happy, and I have mine in the colour Honey, I think it is. Yeah, I have mine in the number 11, and it's in the colour Honey. So Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I absolutely love this. I will say, when it goes on, it's quite heavy and it takes a while to blend in, but once it's blended in, it's very light on your skin. You still get that what is the word, I'm always using it, rub off effect. I mean, if you touch your face, it will kind of rub off on your hands, but it still feels really light on, kind of like the Estee Lauder one. I mean, you'll think it's quite a heavy foundation. It is a heavy foundation. It's also matte. It's kind of along the same lines of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, so it goes on heavy, but it's a heavy foundation, but it feels really light on my skin. This foundation is also dermatologically tested, it's allergy tested, it's cosmetically tested as well. I don't think it says it on this foundation. It's concealer in one, covers thoroughly with a lightweight feel, naturally flawless look, lasts all day for all over coverage, all used to spot conceal. It's oil free, which I think is really helping me. It's allergy tested. That's one of the things. It's paraben tested. It's perfume tested, because so it has no kind of scent to it. So I found that with foundations, if foundation has a scent in it, it pretty much breaks me out. With this foundation, it doesn't. It's actually, I'm so happy I found it, and I've been using it for nearly about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I think, and I repurchased mine on the almost the third week. I repurchased the actual bottle because I loved it so much, and I thought, no, I'm definitely going to get it, because by about 3 weeks my skin kind of breaks out with foundation, and this hasn't. I mean, this absolutely hasn't given me any kind of, the foundation hasn't. I think I've probably got blemishes from something else, but I always kind of do, but it definitely wasn't the foundation, because I was only putting foundation on certain areas before I did a full face and things like that. I already had the blemishes before I used the foundation, so it's nothing to do with that. So I'm definitely happy with the foundation. I would recommend it if you're having problems with skin, with sensitive skin, where you can't find a foundation to colour match you. They have a huge range of colours in the Clinique counter. They colour match you. You also get the trial, which will absolutely last forever, that pot. I haven't got through the pot to actually use my bottle yet, and I'm really happy because now I don't have to repurchase my concealer over and over again. I think this is going to be really a money's worth thing, that I will be using it until the bottle is empty. I know that I can also not have to purchase my concealer. I can use the same thing to conceal under my eyes. It doesn't I'm so happy that I thought it wouldn't work as a concealer. I was just going to use it as a foundation, but it really doesn't set into my lines or anything. I'm so surprised and shocked that it doesn't. With my L'Oreal matte infallible, it didn't sit into my eyes, but I just thought I wanted something a little bit heavier than the infallible. Is quite light, so this does it for me. It's the perfect amount, and I can choose how much I want to use. So if I just want to use a tiny amount, I can. If I want to go more full, I can with this, and it doesn't cake up, which is great. Sometimes with the infallible, I think the more you put on, it can cake up. This, it doesn't at all. It's just, I think the formula of this is just, something about it is just amazing. I don't know what they put in it to make this formula amazing. I think it really is a great thing that it is oil free as well, so it's not kind of clogging up my pores in order for it to give me a breakout or anything like that. So if this is something that you're looking for, I would highly or you've looked at and it's, you know, you've noticed this foundation and concealer come out, it's the latest one that Clinique have, then honestly guys, this is, so even for if you have normal skin, I would recommend this, just because I know sometimes that it's really hard to find a foundation, especially the drugstore ones. They kind of, you're repurchasing them because they run out quite quick. Even if you're using a small amount, you probably need a little bit more. With this, I feel like you get your money's worth, because it's going to last. It's £25. It retails for £25 in Boots. I don't know whether Debenhams is a little bit more. I think it's roughly about the same price, and it's lasting me so well. I just cannot believe it, especially if you're going to use it for an everyday. My double wear tends to kind of run out much quicker than this one. I feel like I need more of use of the double wear than I did with this, so I'm so glad that I found something like this, that I've actually loved it this much. I didn't realise that I would love it so much that I purchased it, so I'm really happy with this. Is there anything else I can say about it? It's allergy tested, perfume tested, fragrance free, moderate to full coverage, natural matte finish. It's such a lovely matte finish as well. It's once you set it with the powder, I can't tell you how amazing it just, I feel like it just looks amazing. It's such a beautiful foundation to have. It's very natural looking, at the same time it gives you that really pretty glowy, it's like semi-matte. It's like the infallible. I want to say it's like the infallible, but I think the infallible is a tiny bit more matte, whereas this is just the perfect amount of matte. If you don't want to set it with the powder, then you get that kind of glowy Giorgio Armani kind of foundation kind of look. And then if you want to set it with the powder because you want a completely matte look, then you can, and you can just top up with a bit of powder throughout the day, if it's kind of what the look that you kind of go for. If the matte kind of look is the kind of look you go for, you can powder throughout the day to kind of keep you in that matte kind of look. There's also a powder that goes along with it, but I didn't purchase it because I have my Laura Mercier one, and it's just a normal translucent powder, and I feel like it sets the foundation perfectly. It's just literally a white kind of translucent powder, and it sets my foundation with this perfectly because it doesn't leave any other type of colour or to kind of change the foundation colour on my skin. It doesn't at all. It just literally just sets the foundation in place. It also comes with like a little sponge in there, but I just kind of use a brush to kind of set my foundation in the areas where I have applied foundation, like under my eyes and then just in my kind of T-zone area. So that would work really well. I would highly recommend not using a heavy powder on top of that foundation, because the foundation is a heavy foundation and anything else will kind of make it look a bit more cakier. So I would just stick to light powders. If you're looking for a cheaper light powder, then H&M has some great translucent powders. I think they're about £5.99. So do the drugstore. I mean, Rimmel have one that's even cheaper. It's just a normal translucent powder. Any powder would work. It's just to set the foundation. So that's the one I'm currently using at the moment. I'm actually loving, and I just blended it in with the beauty blender, and it blended like a dream. It blended, so it takes time to blend in. It's a heavier foundation, but it blends really well. There's no problems with blending it. It doesn't dry up really quick, so it it gives you that time to blend it in as well. So it's not like it's drying up like the Infallible Matte. When I use it, it's kind of drying up really quick, so I have to blend it really quickly. With this, you have time to blend. You actually have time to blend and take your time in all the areas that you need it. And honestly guys, I would set it with a powder quite quickly, because if you don't, then the foundation can go into the fine lines as well. As a concealer, it can, because it's a heavy foundation. I would try and powder as quickly as possible, because it can set into the fine lines if you do not powder and you're using it as a concealer on top of your foundation. Then I would use a powder as quickly as possible, because it could crease up, especially under the eyes and any other areas like around the mouth. So I would use a powder to conceal quickly. The other thing about it, is there anything else about it? It comes in quite a nice bottle. I mean, it has that type of applicator, which is really easy. I'm so glad. When I saw it, I thought it was going to be one of those droppers where you know, where you drop it out and it's like really annoying and it's going to leak out on the top. But it has this plasticky bit at the top, which I thought was really good, because you can just leave the excess. And then it has this bit, I think they give this bit so you can conceal under your eyes. It's amazing. It gets you the perfect amount of product as well. And it's just, I really love that it's got that brush to help you conceal as well. Because I'm still using my tester, what I do is I just dab it on with my fingers on the areas that I need it, and then blend it out with my beauty blender for now. But I do use the wand for this to apply my conceal afterwards. So I really enjoy it, and I'm really happy with the bottle, the combination of the formula for the actual product, everything. It's in like I think it's travel easy for me. I just put it into my makeup bag, and my makeup bag's quite big, so it goes in perfectly. It doesn't take up too much room. It's quite a big bottle, but at the same time, and it is kind of like glass, but pretty much my foundation does stay in my makeup bag pretty much most of the time. I don't carry it in my handbag with me, but I think I'm just going to kind of reuse the tester that they gave me in case I do need to kind of carry any foundation with me. So I thought that was quite good. But I would honestly highly recommend you guys test it out with the trial first before you purchase it, so you know it is great for you. I think that's the best advice I could give anyone, because I loved it. That's why the only reason I purchased it. But if I didn't like it, I would not get it. That's my personal review. I also know they have an offer in Boots, and I've taken them up on the offer, and basically I got this, and then I got like a little, because I purchased this, it was £25, and then they give like this little makeup bag, but they haven't given it to me yet, because I'm going in for like a beauty kind of 20-minute beauty treat, and they kind of test out their products on you, and I've chosen a face one, I think, and I've chosen a brow one. So I want to see what kind of brow products they have, and they test out all their brow products on me, and then they're going to do a face one on me, and I think they've got some new facial treatments that have come out, and they're going to kind of test them out on me. It's kind of a way for them to get you to test out their products. At the same time, it's kind of like a treat where they talk you through the products, and they put them on you as well. They test them out on you. But I did choose my treat, and you can choose between, I think, the Chubby Stick lipstick and then another lip stain, but I chose the mascara because I just want to kind of test it out, because I have tried their lipsticks before. So I thought I'd test this out, and I really like it. It's great. It's perfect for actually the lower lashes more than the top. It separates the lower lashes beautifully, and it goes on. It just separates them so really nicely, like really easily. I think with the top lashes it's not great. I think it's better for the bottom lashes, and it's really, because it's a tester, it's a small one, so it's easier to apply on the bottom lashes. So yeah, and that's the Clinique High Impact Mascara Impact Optimal one, and I really like it, and it's in the colour number 1 black. And then I got my foundation, and then they also, I haven't got it with me yet, but I'm going to go in on Monday when I have my beauty treats, and they give you like a little makeup bag as well. So if you want that offer, I think it's not bad, because you pay £25 for the product, and then you also get like a treat, and then these pampering little mini treatments, and a little makeup bag, which looks really cool. It looks really like it's got like little lipstick on it, a little mascara on it. It's a white makeup bag, and it's really big as well. I think it'll be perfect for my handbag, or for traveling as well. So I can't wait to get that. And I think that's it with it. But if you go into Debenhams, I think that and you purchase just two Clinique products, then they give you little samples as well. So between both stores, I just decided on Boots, because I thought I want to try out the treatments and the little pamper session. I thought it was a really good idea, so I've chosen that. And the other thing I just wanted to quickly mention, because I did just review that Clinique foundation, but I also picked up in Debenhams this YSL lip stain, I think they're called. What are they called? The lip stains. They are beautiful, and at the moment they have an offer that these are £13 each. They're normally 26, retail for £26, and at the moment, if you can get your hands on this, it's in the kind of makeup section area on the YSL counter, and these are £13 each at the moment. And I picked mine up in the colour 201 Pop Water. It's such a beautiful colour, but they're very glossy. If you don't like anything glossy, then I would not recommend this, but I've got it on at the moment. I've got this colour on at the moment, and I just love it. They're kind of like, and they were so popular, and I'm sure people have raved about this, but at the moment they're on offer, and they're £13 each, so you can get your hands on any of these. I would recommend them, because they've got this particular wand with it, and it allows you to kind of line your lips like here, and it just allows you to really line your lips out with that kind of edgy kind of brush. And you need a couple of coats and this is really nice, because if you want one coat and you're good to go, it leaves like a really nice light coat, and then you put it on again, you put another layer on again, and then it gives you a more intense colour. You put it on again, it gives you even more of an intense colour. So I've got about 3 layers on, I think, and it's giving me that quite intense pop of bright glossy colour, and I really love it. I love the way it feels on my lips. It's really moisturising. I think the more you put on, it can be drying after you've taken it off, but other than that, I just love the colour range of this. I also picked up another one, so it's kind of like 2 for 1 really, and I picked the other colour up in the colour I got the other colour wrong. Okay, so I got the first colour I got was 201, and it's the colour, okay, I don't know. I probably had it on the box. YSL, you should have the colours on here. Anyway, it doesn't. So I got 201 and I got 206, unless I can't see it and I'm just being dumb. So yeah, I'm loving these, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll hopefully do more reviews for you guys in the future, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully in my usual setting. Thanks guys for watching, and happy Easter.